Colorado and Company viewers are very familiar with our next guest. He's been to Ireland, Las Vegas, the Bahamas, and so many more amazing travel destinations. In fact, I think he does have the best job in the world. Now he's adding Denver to that list. We're meeting each other in person for the first time. Welcome, travel expert Gabe Saglie, everybody.
All right.
So
what a treat to be here. You know, what a great reminder of the kind of ground we've covered over the years. We've been, I mean, Ireland was probably the most recent because I had been to St. Patrick's Day out there for the last 15 years, you know, and it's a great gig. But but I do love Denver. I really have got, you know, as a family, this is one of our favorite destinations as a family of 5. And it's always great to be back in the Mile High City.
Way to pump up our city. Okay, what are some fun things we can look forward to this summer in Denver?
So this is when I'm out in the rest of the country promoting Denver, I'm talking about gig tripping, which is one of these new trends that we're following in the travel space. This idea that you're looking at a festival or a concert or a sporting event and building a vacation around it. So I think a lot of the festivals that are on the calendar for Denver over the next couple of months will lend themselves to that. And of course, if you're a local, you've got some wonderful events to look forward to. Outdoor Days is back for its 3rd year. That's happening at the end of this month. A lot of outdoor gear, live concerts, adventure films. Of course, all of June is Pride Month here, but of course it culminates on June 28th, taking over a new spot downtown along 16th Street. More than 500,000 people expected to descend on Denver for that. A lot of energy and color. And the Cherry Creek Arts Festival, back for its 35th year in the first couple of days of July as well in the Cherry Creek North neighborhood. So that's going to be hundreds of artists and just a wonderful family-friendly event. So for folks who are elsewhere in the country looking at maybe coming into Denver, picking one of these festivals or the myriad sporting events that are on the calendar is a perfect excuse, and then build a vacation around that.
That's amazing. I bought some really good art at the Cherry Creek Art Festival. It's
stunning. It's amazing talent.
Yeah, very good talent. Now, you can't be in Colorado without stopping at Red Rocks.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about it. What's going on there?
So, big year for Red Rocks. It's the 85th anniversary of the amphitheater there, which, of course, itself is a geological marvel.
It's amazing.
People are fascinated by the fact that you've got these fossilized dinosaur prints here that date back 300 million years.
And you're like rocking out.
And yet it's this wonderful natural space around which we've built this, world-class performing arts center. So 10,000 seats flanked by these 300-foot red sandstone rock formation. So amazing acoustics, but just this wonderful, amazing ambiance. So when you look at traveling to a concert,
yes.
Boy, is it hard to beat a place like Red Rocks Amphitheater. And a great lineup coming up this summer. You got Paul Simon, you've got Rod Stewart, Hilary Duff, Alex Warren, Yo-Yo Ma, and again, so different genres there. And of course, starting later this month, the weekly yoga events at the Rocks is also fantastic. You got films. So it's a wonderful venue that I think this year, again, with the 85th anniversary, sheds a spotlight on this very special event. And then, of course, it's the kinds of activities and performances and names coming to Red Rock this summer, quite impressive.
Paul Simon, that's all you had to say. I'm
right?
So in.
Yeah.
All right, why would you say Denver, if you had to pitch it, why would you say Denver is just such a great travel destination?
So I live in Los Angeles, and so it's for me, it's, for example, looking at something as easy as just landing at the airport, hopping on a train for $10, and half an hour later being at Union Station, where I can then walk to my hotel, walk to a restaurant, walk to a show, walk to a sporting event, is hard to come by. I mean, in Los Angeles, I love LA, but you don't have that kind of facility.
Yeah, that's right.
So just the basics of being able to get into the core of where the buzz is in a city like Denver is great. I love the pedestrian friendliness of downtown Denver. So the fact that oftentimes we're just really covering a lot of ground on foot without having to hop in a car. In fact, I haven't rented a car in the last several trips that we've come out here as a family. And I love the fact that this is really, at the end of the day, a mosaic of these wonderful, eclectic neighborhoods.
Yeah, I agree.
And you go to Rhino, and my family and I were walking a couple of months ago just looking at the stories behind these beautiful murals. You go to the Low-High neighborhood, some fantastic eating. I mean, some of the restaurants there, I think, are some of my favorite places to eat in the country.
I mean, Michelin-starred restaurants.
Absolutely, yeah. You've got more than 30 Michelin star or Michelin recommended restaurants in this wonderful little accessible hub. So from a culinary standpoint and just from the accessibility, to me, Denver is just increasingly tougher to beat.
It really is. And the craft beer, let's talk about,
Indeed.
Yeah, let's talk about
right.
it. So earlier you mentioned that Colorado is something called a soft adventure. I don't know these terms.
Yeah.
What do the cool kids say? Like, what does that mean?
So soft adventure is another one of these trends that we're looking at in the travel space. I think it's certainly post-pandemic, it's become something that increasingly is more appealing to people. This idea that, listen, I want to get out of my comfort zone.
Right.
I want to connect with nature, but I'm not ready to rappel off the side of a mountain.
That's me.
Or jump off an airplane.
This is me.
So it's this idea of sort of more approachable, physical activity, environmental immersion, if you will. And so I'm outside my comfort zone, exploring in nature. It's digital detox, but again, within a confined space that's more approachable. 65% of what we call adventure trips now are in this soft adventure space. So hiking and biking, again, the 5,000 plus acres of sort of park space and open space here in Denver lend themselves perfectly for that. We love to come in here in the winter time and do the Winter Park Express, where we're in Denver as our home base, but we're taking that day trip up to Winter Park and doing that little bit of soft adventure, coming down the mountain on the skis, and then getting back on the train and coming back into the city for dinner or a show. So that the idea of soft adventure is being able to tap Mother Nature, but in a more accessible way. And I think Denver's locality, its access to even places like Rocky, to the national parks, makes it just a particularly great spot for this soft adventure movement.
You'll hear all that. Look how good our city is, huh? Well, keep up with Gabe on all of his adventures. Follow him on social media. His handle is @Gabe Saglie. We are so honored that you came and visit us. Thanks for coming in. Absolutely.